Hello friends, this is Uday Mittal from ElliteDevs. In this video, we'll walk through the sales menu of Magento2 Admin panel. As you can see that the sales menu contains sub-menus such as orders, invoices, shipments, dispatches, credit memos, billing agreements and transactions. We'll go through each of these sub-menus in detail. Through the orders menu, you can manage the orders that have been generated on your website. As you can see that here are two orders listed in this table. The table contains order ID, purchase point, purchase date, bill to name, the person, that is the person in whose name the bill is, the person to whom the product was shipped to, grand total in store's base currency and grand total in the currency in which the product was purchased, status of the order. Using action you can view the order in more details, and signified guarantee decision. Signified is an online service for e-commerce retailers which provides 100% cover against fraudulent transactions. They run a transaction through some checks and classify them as fraudulent or genuine. If a transaction that has been classified as genuine by them, it turns out to be a fraudulent transaction, they refund the transaction amount to the e-commerce retailer. Above the orders table you can see this bar. Using this you can search an order, you can take bulk action such as cancel, hold, uphold, print invoices, print packing slips, create memos, print all and print shipping labels. You can put filters on certain orders that you want to see. Filters can be put on purchase date, grand total in base currency, grand total in purchase currency, purchase points, status, ship to name, bill to name, transaction ID. You can change the view of the table. At present only one view, default view is available. You can also change the number of columns and what columns you want to see in the table using the columns tab. You can export the order details either in CSV or Excel XML using the export functionality. You can customize the number of orders you want to see per page up to 200, or you can also specify a custom range. You can also create a new order using the create new order button. When you click on the view link of any of the orders, it will show you more details about that order. So as you can see in this window, we have information about the order. We have invoices associated with this order, credit memos, shipments and any comment history that has been added to this order. You can see order number, order date, status and purchase from, account information, that is customer information, billing address, shipping address details, payment methods and shipping information, that is shipping rate, items that have been ordered through this particular order, and you can see order totals, and you can also submit comments through this section. Using this bar you can take several actions for this particular order. You can send an email to a customer, you can create a credit memo, you can hold this order, generate a new order using the same order via the reorder functionality. The Invoices tab contains the list of invoices that have been generated for your orders. The structure of the page is similar to what we saw in the orders page. In the table contains invoice ID, invoice date, order number for which the invoice was generated, order date, bill to name, status of the invoice, grand total in base currency, grand total in purchase currency. You can click an invoice to see it in more detail. So here is the page and it shows you detailed information about this invoice, the billing address, shipping address, payment and shipping information, items that were invoiced, any discounts, tax that were applied, invoice history and invoice totals. If you want to add any comments to the invoice, you can just type in your comment here, and if you want to notify the customer of the comment, you can check this box, and if you want that comment to be visible on the storefront, you can check this box and then submit the comment. Once you click on submit comment, the comment will be sent to the customer via email, and if you have set or if you have selected visible on storefront, it will be visible on the storefront. Using the shipments tab, you can manage the shipments that have been created for your order. Again, the structure of the page is similar to what we saw in invoice and orders page. Here it contains a shipment ID, shipment date or the date on which the shipment was created, the order number for which this shipment was generated, the order date, the person to whom the shipment is being sent to, the total quantity in the order, and using the view link you can see the shipment information in more detail. So as you can see, this is the shipment that was created for this particular order. It contains order information, shipping and billing information, payment information and shipping method. You can also add tracking ID and courier service. There are some pre-listed courier services available in Magento. You can select either of them, or you can input your custom value and put the tracking number. As in the Invoices tab, you can put some comments for this particular shipment. You can choose to notify the customer by email and choose that comment to be visible on the storefront. Magento 2 also provides you the functionality to create dispatch labels using Magento dispatches, but for that you have to first configure shipping in Magento. This is something that we'll cover in a later video, so I'm not going into the details of it now. Credit memos contains any credit memos that have been generated for your order. So credit memos are basically generated when a order is cancelled and you issue a refund to the customer. Here you can see the basic details of a credit memo, that is credit memo number, the date on which it was created, the order number for which this particular credit memo was created, order date, the person to whom the bill was generated to, status, and the amount refunded. Using the view link you can view this credit memo in detail. Again, the information presented here is similar to what we saw in the other tabs: order information, shipping and billing information, payment information, items that have been refunded. You can add some comments here. Next we move on to billing agreements. So billing agreements is a feature provided by some payment gateway service providers to the end customers, wherein they can sign an agreement with the payment gateway service provider saying that we'll pay you at a later stage. The store operator can configure those billing agreements here, and next time when the customer checks out, he can use this billing agreement as a payment method. Next we move on to transactions. Using the transactions tab you can see the list of all transactions that have been conducted on your portal. You can see the transaction ID, order ID for which the transaction was conducted, transaction ID, parent transaction ID. So if that transaction was a sub transaction to some bigger transaction, you'll also see a parent transaction ID for that, the payment method that was chosen for this particular transaction, the transaction type. Herein we have the stage in which the transaction is at present. It can be in order stage, authorization, capture, void, or refund. Then whether the transaction has been settled by the payment gateway or not, and you can choose a filter here from or to date to select the number of transactions which you want to see. So that was it for the sales menu. In the coming videos we'll cover all the menus in detail. Thank you for watching this video. For more information, log on to ElliteDevs.in or drop us a mail at contact@ElliteDevs.in.